is run by electricity. It powers everything we do. Without this constant power, our modern world would cease to exist. But do we really know how this energy is acquired? Fossil fuels are incredibly unsustainable, dirty, and are getting increasingly less economical. Fossil fuels are a finite resource, and as we continue burning them, we push ourselves closer and closer to running out. As less fossil fuels are available, the price continues to rise. On top of that, burning fossil fuels releases a sickening amount of waste. Due to the chemical reaction that takes place, for every pound of fossil fuels burned, roughly 3 pounds of CO2 are released at the expense of another 3 pounds of oxygen. Many toxic chemicals are used to condition fossil fuels, including benzene, a known carcinogen, toluene, and naphthalene, another carcinogen that is harmful to red blood cells. As fossil fuels become increasingly less viable, we are forced to ask, what can we do? In order to solve this problem, we must turn to the ultimate energy source, the object that is the source of all energy on our Earth, the one thing that will never run out for the entire human race. The sun. How can we use the sun to power our everyday lives? Photovoltaic cells hold the key.
My name is Chad Hoffhines. I'm the owner of Synergy Power, and the reason why I started installing solar is because I felt there was a need for alternative energy solutions for residential homes and businesses. Since I've started installing solar energy, it has dropped in cost from about 300%. Solar panels are made up of solar silicon cells. There are protons and neutrons inside the solar silicon cells, and what happens when the light from the sun, when it hits those solar silicon cells, those protons and neutrons start to move and start to create energy.
Solar panels allow us to generate energy using just the light of the sun. Solar energy is cleaner, cheaper, and infinite.
I'm Wayne Anderson, and I work at BYU in the chemistry department.
I'm Jeanette Anderson, and I work at Utah Valley University in the elementary education department.
The Andersons have been using solar energy for 8 months, and they have no regrets.
So far we haven't had to, we've produced more power than we've used, so we haven't had to buy any other power. Any excess power that we produce, we sell back to the power company.
It would take a 2.91 kilowatt system to power the average Utah home. A system of this size would take up about 600 square feet, a size which can neatly fit onto one's roof. The installation cost of such a system runs in the neighborhood of $10,000. Solar energy is a much cleaner alternative to fossil fuels. A solar panel puts out no pollution, whereas America currently produces 2,053 million metric tons of CO2 a year by burning fossil fuels. Switching to an off-the-grid all-solar energy system would save an estimated 14,095 pounds of CO2 per year. Over 10 years, this would have the same environmental effect as planting 281 trees. The Andersons had so much excess power that, in order to try to use up this excess power, they would run their oven all day as an extra heat source, but even this was not sufficient in draining their surplus power. Solar energy is much more cost-efficient. The initial cost of installing a solar panel system large enough to power the average Utah home is estimated at about $10,000 and pays for itself. The cost of $10,000 may seem staggering at first, but this initial investment has heavy returns. An off-the-grid solar panel system would eliminate one's dependence on utilities for electricity. The savings from this would amount to about $900 per year, which over the course of 12 years would cover the cost of buying a new solar power system, and over about 25 years, a solar panel system would double your investment cost. Other forms of sustainable energy also exist. Hydroelectric energy and wind energy are two prominent sources of sustainable energy in the world today. The problem with both of these energy sources is availability.
You have to be in an area where you're going to have lots of wind. I can guarantee you and bet money every day that that sun's going to come up every day. I don't know if it's going to be windy every day. So if you're going to install a windmill somewhere, you would have to make sure that you're in an area where you get lots of wind. Now, solar as opposed to hydroelectric is a way, it generates way more energy on a daily basis, on a daily average, than solar energy ever would, if you have the right amount of water flow.
The problem of hydroelectric energy is that there is not enough water to power the world. Already, the US has almost reached their maximum capacity for their water generation. Wind energy has the same problem. Not enough places have enough wind to power the entire world.